Ah, my friend, have you ever stopped and asked yourself why some people seem to succeed effortlessly while others struggle endlessly? Why do some live extraordinary lives while most drift through theirs without purpose? The painful truth is that 99% of your life is already decided, not by fate, but by invisible patterns, routines, and choices you don't even notice. The good news is, understanding these patterns gives you the power to change the 1% that matters. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand how your life is structured, what controls it, and how you can finally take control of your destiny. Part 1. The invisible habits that shape you. Most of your day, your actions, and even your thoughts are on autopilot. From the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, you follow routines you hardly notice. The way you eat, work, respond to people, scroll on your phone, all of these tiny decisions compound over time. Example, consider two people with similar opportunities. One spends 2 hours a day learning, reading, and practicing skills. The other scrolls mindlessly on social media. 10 years later, the first person is far ahead, not because of luck, but because small daily habits quietly decided their trajectory. Your life is largely the result of repeated, unnoticed choices. Recognizing these patterns is the first step toward breaking free from autopilot and creating intentional change. Part 2. Your environment controls you. The second truth is that your environment largely decides the course of your life. Who you spend time with, where you live, and even the media you consume shape your thoughts, behaviors, and opportunities. Most people underestimate how much influence their surroundings have. Example, I knew two students from the same neighborhood. One surrounded himself with ambitious, motivated peers. The other with people who wasted time complaining and gossiping. The first student thrived and succeeded. The second struggled, blaming circumstances instead of noticing how their environment shaped their habits. You are influenced more than you realize. To change your life, change your environment, seek people, spaces, and routines that align with your goals. Part 3. Conditioning and early decisions. The third truth is that many aspects of your life are pre-decided by early experiences and conditioning. Your upbringing, culture, education, and early habits all create patterns that continue to influence your thoughts and actions, often unconsciously. Example, a child raised in an environment that praises curiosity and effort grows into an adult confident in taking risks. Another child, constantly criticized for mistakes, may avoid challenges even as an adult. Decades later, these early patterns explain a significant portion of your opportunities and behavior. Much of life is set long before you consciously decide. Awareness of these inherited patterns allows you to recognize limitations and make deliberate changes. Part 4. The illusion of free will. The fourth truth is uncomfortable. The sense of free will is often an illusion. Most decisions we think are conscious are actually influenced by our environment, habits, and conditioning. We act as if life is random, but in reality, patterns guide our choices every day. Example, people often say, I want to save money, but fail. Why? Because their spending habits, social influences, and past experiences dictate their actions more than their stated intention. The life you live is largely a result of invisible rules you follow unconsciously. Understanding that much of life is predetermined is not fatalism. It is empowerment. Once you recognize the forces shaping you, you can intentionally influence the small percentage that truly matters. Part 5. Breaking Free. The 1% that matters. The good news is that while 99% of your life may be pre-decided, the remaining 1% is yours to shape. And it is this 1% that defines whether you rise or remain stagnant. Small, intentional choices compound over time, breaking patterns and creating new trajectories. Example: I once coached a young professional whose life seemed set. Unfulfilling job, routine, distractions. By intentionally focusing on one small daily action, reading, planning, or networking, he gradually changed his path. Within a few years, he transformed his career and personal life. Focus on intentional actions in that 1% you control. These small, conscious choices will break the autopilot patterns and lead to extraordinary results. So, my friend, remember this. Most of your life is quietly decided by your habits, your environment, and your conditioning. But awareness gives you the power to act. The 1% you control can change everything if you are deliberate, focused, and consistent. Recognize the invisible patterns. Shape your environment. Question inherited habits. Take small, conscious actions every day. That is how you move from a life determined by default to a life designed by intention. Your destiny is not completely written, but most of it is preset. The power lies in the small percentage you control. Protect it, use it wisely, and watch your life transform. If this video gave you insight, like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to see how life is quietly decided. Take control of your 1% and start shaping your future today.